What now?
Well, I think that
Drum leads to bass.
Why are you still...
Bass leads to wubs.
Yoda, why are you...
Wubs
Why are you...
leads to rinsing.
Oh.
Martian. I'm hooked on you. I'm hooked on you. You got to let her go. I'm hooked on you. You got to let her go. I'm hooked on you. You got to let her go. I'm hooked on you. I'm hooked on you. I'm hooked on you.
The world shakes for your own sakes, your heaven's crashing down. The sheer weight of your heartache, it pins you to the ground. Trapped in these four walls, is this refuge or a cage? I can't make my mind up, but I feel so again. I'm trapped inside of me again. My mind, my own abyss. This vacuum is cocoon of my
Bromad, how was that?
Pretty good it is.
Okay, you know what, Yoda? I'm sorry, you've got to go, man. Other than that, it was great, dude. Just give it a big build up and an awesome drop.
You got it. Okay, so, what now?
Well, I think that we.
Drum leads to bass.
Why are you still.
Bass leads to wubs.
Yoda, why are you.
Wubs
Why are you.
leads to rinsing.
Ugh.
Savage. Ranked. Savage. Ranked. Savage. Savage.
welcome back to the 2v2 Create Era tournament, and we're almost ready with our second game.
Absolutely, it's going to be an interesting one. Boz, you want to tell the chat what teams we got coming up?
Yeah, we've got. You got me. This is the name I don't like saying because I always say it wrong, and Rinky just loves to have a bit of fun. So Terraria. Are we good? We're close.
That was good.
Terraria taking on Yikes, Team Yikes, which is Outlast and Roffy taking on Fluke and Smiths, which is our game of the day. And I'm looking forward to these two because honestly, I think these guys are going to be playing in the finals, in the grand finals.
Yep. So I tuned into Smith's stream last week after I'd gotten home from the
did he
cast.
badmouth you?
No, he wasn't too happy with how they'd played.
Okay. Wow.
He said there was definitely room for him and Fluke to improve. He reckoned they threw a couple games there, but not Fluke. He meant like both of them. So he wasn't trying to BM Fluke there, but yeah, hopefully they can bring this one back. And not much else to say there. Terraria gamers. This is a team that definitely is capable of absolutely smacking them out of the park, though. Outlast and Rothy, they're a good duo, it seems.
Yeah, they had issues in week one, though, when they come up against Calstar's team, Nordic Gaming, Calstar and Cameron. They actually did a bit of damage to Outlast and Rothy, so they need to rectify what went wrong in that game because this game's going to be just as much of a challenge and they need to bring the A game. These guys, in terms of skill, are really good for the 1v1 game. It was funny. I think Rothy was saying on Discord, just like, I'm not a twos player, and all this type of stuff. So it was quite funny, just adding to the banter that is in Discord. Shout out to everyone in chat. We actually, for a moment, have it open, so we want to see all the people talking. So who have we got? And then we've got Fluke, Soldier Girl, Rothy, Master Jellybean. Homie's in there. Shout out to Homie. Look at old Homie.
Homie seems to be in every Rocket League stream there ever is. So that guy's everywhere. It's
He's
awesome.
a ledge. He should have a mod badge.
Oh, yeah.
No, a VIP badge, maybe, Homie. Who knows? We've got a little bit of delay in the game, so we're just going to quickly run over the games that we have for round two. So, obviously, Terraria Gamers taking on Yikes. Nobles taking on the Rejects. The Rejects, right now, they've got to win the last two matches, so it's very crucial. Nobles is going to be tough. That's the Tricks team. And then we're looking at Nordic Gaming taking on Thermal Octave. I expect that one to be a quick game, 3-0, and probably a blasting out of the water as well.
Yeah, that's I think currently first on the ladder versus last on the ladder.
Yep.
So
we don't need to see that, but the last game of the day will be interesting. We are getting the Nordic Gaming taking on Nobles for the last game of the day. I think that's been confirmed. So we'll confirm that right at the end. But I believe the players might be sorting themselves out and jumping into game very soon. Can you give me a prediction for this game?
Ooh. I really don't want to. Because this
you never do you?
It's easy to get wrong.
Yep.
Yikes versus Terraria Gamers. I expect it to be very close. I'll give you that for sure.
You don't want to give me a prediction.
Look, if you're absolutely going to choke it out of me, if you're going to choke it out of me, I'll go with Outlast and Rothy, because Smith's just he didn't seem extremely confident.
Yep.
After last week, I don't know. It could have just been. He was a bit relaxed and everything, but he just didn't really seem to be in the best of spirits after last week. So hopefully that hasn't affected him too much.
Yep.
And he's just like, you know what, we can get over that and just move straight into it. It's certainly we'll see what happens. Fluke and Smiths off to a bit of a defensive start, but they quickly got it down into the offensive end. They weren't able to score off the back of it. Outlast now. Handed that to Fluke. Fluke towards net, just shy of the left post. Outlast and Rothy, that is an open net. Outlast doesn't miss those, and he hasn't. Top left.
I was going to say my predictions. I'm going to go Fluke and Smiths, even though they had a bad week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go them because Outlast and Rothy went down against Calstar and Cameron the other week, so I just want to let the banter continue to roll. But they're going to start well here, Rothy and Outlast. They're going to give a challenge.
Absolutely. And yeah, like I said, we're expecting it to be a close game. Rothy would have liked to have seen a flick there. He didn't really have too much boost, but I think that was the opportunity to score. Fluke came through, smashed it out of the way. Outlast now, bumped by Smiths. Back pass to Fluke. He wasn't really expecting that. He only turned right just in time to end up smacking into his own corner. The demo from Outlast and then Rothy over the top. Oh, has Fluke owned gold?
I'm not sure what's happening here. We'll jump on a different perspective here, but Rothy little chip and play here is clever.
Yeah,
and then
look, he
what
owned
he
gold,
did
but
is
there's nothing he could do.
Well, he was probably hoping to get a shot off Rothy and get a deflection to go across goal. And it was interesting how Rothy was landing because he sort of flipped his car back around when he hit the floor, which is a standard drive move. So really interesting. Oh, man.
Smiths.
Thank you, Smiths. Score a goal. Save me.
He's put one in.
He got bumped
interesting. Yeah, looked like it almost could have been a demo, but he got away with it there. Perhaps not fast enough from I believe it was Rothy. And Smith has only just found that in off the top bar as well.
Well, this game we're expected to see a lot of style along with chip and play and a lot of demos and bumps, but it's all about how the players reposition themselves when they're bumped.
Look how early Smith got down into the aggressive end there, looking to receive the pass from Fluke. Puts the touch on, almost top right. Outlast does get the save. Smith's now looking for the double off the backboard.
Go away.
Doesn't quite touch his tyres. It would have been nice as it would have, even if it didn't go in, it would have gone behind Rothy and Fluke perhaps could have come through in time.
Oh, Rothy doesn't have control of this.
Yeah, and Smith's only just got back in time in defence. I think if Rothy could have been a little bit faster, a little bit more control, may have seen the 3-1 goal being picked up there. But nonetheless, Fluke wraps around on the wall here, challenges Rothy, hits him instead of the ball. But that's okay. It gives time for Smith to grab the corner boost. And the ball passes it to Fluke, who passes it back to Smith, but challenged and cleared out by Outlast. The touch from Fluke not quite on target. Sweeping across. Now Rothy will look to clear off the backboard. So good defense so far from Terraria. Gamers, of course.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned, which is Yikes gameplay, is the Hadza back line, one already aggressive forward, and the guy clearing the ball is bringing that ball out to his teammate. So in the game before, it was the back line clearing no one forward to make a play, certainly being super aggressive here and challenging Rothy and Outlast.
Yeah, good pass off the backboard from Fluke, but Outlast is too close to it, and Smith shadowing now. Wraps around on that one nicely, gets the save. He's recovered well, can get there in time for the at least a backboard play. Fluke is there, wraps around, goes far post, and he's beamed it off the post. Fluke. Outlast is sitting there in disbelief. He doesn't know what to do. He's only just started driving again.
I think he was going to write some banter, but then deleted it.
He had 100 boosts, so it wasn't that big of a deal that he just stopped. He had plenty of boost to be able to get going again if he had to. The bump from Fluke onto Outlast has not gone extremely well for Fluke, though, as Outlast gets the bump on Smith. But Rothy once again finding himself in front of net with a lack of control on the ball there, Buzzer. Unfortunate stuff. Fluke now trying to get a pass out to Smith. Smith, who could have turned around on that one, hasn't been able to do so. He went back for boost. Now he'll challenge Rothy. Because a good challenge on that. Rothy going for the bump. Hopefully a demo, but doesn't catch anything. Smith's hoping Fluke is there, and he is. And Fluke has found the crossbar this time instead of the right post. It's post to the post bar, coming through hard in this game.
Sounds like a good old postie, hey? Look, I see Fluke and Smith starting to put some really good plays together forward. They need to lower their eyes and get these shots accurate. They're well and truly could take the lead of this game.
Good play here from Fluke. A little bit of a jump to perhaps fake up against Outlast there. Although it appears Fluke has no boost, so that's the only option he had. Rothy.
Good touch.
Great touch downfield. Smiths catches a bump from Rothy on the backboard. It throws him off a little bit, but he does get a touch out of the half. Rothy again bumping into him, but Outlast not seeing that. So Smiths boost and ball. Chip up and follow, looking to drag for right post, but Outlast is there for the save out. Now Fluke comes through. Needs a pass across to Smith, but Outlast with the recovery off the backboard has the dribble now.
Yeah,
looking for the flick over the top. Oh. Fluke came out of nowhere there. I don't think Outlast saw him.
Yeah, and Outlast was trying to get Smiths to approach him early, and then as Smiths approaches, he flicks over. It's a standard 1v1 maneuver, but what Smiths did was allow Fluke to get back and give the bump that, like you said, Outlast didn't see.
30 seconds left, and we are seeing Terraria gamers up against Yikes. Hold a 1-goal lead for now, but a lot of the recent offensive pressure and possession has been from the side of Yikes into the Terraria gamers half. Exciting stuff here. Smith is going to bury it. Not a very speedy goal here, Bizer. But with 15 seconds left, tying it up. It's what you want.
Yeah, defensive error coming from Outlast. He popped that up where he needed to either send it wide backboard or at least downfield a little bit more to not give Smiths that easy opportunity. But they tie the game up and they get the chance for overtime here. Or a sneaky last goal in the last couple seconds.
Oh no, Smiths almost ruined everything there. Gave loose ball to Outlast with an open net, but luckily Outlast wasn't able to get a shot on. Although, still in the air, Smith's desperately trying to get on the ground. Rothy with the dribble, he has the control. And the one time in the whole game that Rothy has control and is going towards the net, he's actually scored on the 0-second mark.
Have a look at
That's
the
a zero
flip.
hero goal if I've ever seen one.
That flip, absolutely crazy coming from Rothy. And you could see it Outlast from Rothy. They were bringing that game in. They were waiting to pull the players out of position. And then they make that happen on the last 0-second goal. Wow. Absolutely wow from these guys. Yikes. Plenty of opportunities, though, that can take a positive out for them.
Yeah, so this is it's a very close game one, best of 5, still plenty of time for them to bring this one back. As I said, Rothy felt like that entire game. Every time he had a 1v1 sort of situation where he had control of the ball and he's trying to go towards net, he consecutively just lost control of the ball. And the one time that he actually pulls it off is absolutely where it counted on that 0-second mark, sends it to 3-2. So a very close game one for them. Very important game one, I would say.
Very much on the point of the very last second, the players do try to bring a move in where they can score that last goal because they don't want to go to overtime. Everything resets, and then it comes down to a potential kickoff that could get a very quick goal or a pressure point moment in the game. At the point of that, you looked at Yikes. Their rotation was out when they brought that ball down, and like you said, Rothy just bring that play in. They couldn't catch it in time or block or do anything like they did with Outlast early in the game. Fluke coming through and bumping him with Smiths going, well, we've got time. Yep. So this game, the points we said from the very first was they need to be accurate with the shots on goal and convert. Because they've got all the attack and the defense. It seems to be 50-50 between both of the teams. It's just scoring conversion.
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out, that last game, it was 10 shots to only 4, I believe.
Yeah.
And we had more shots coming from Yikes. They also only had 3 saves. And we saw Terraria Gamers have, I think it was a total of 5. So Terraria Gamers were in defense more, according to the stats. And they still won the game.
Yep. It's just the potential that they have. Like we said, they've got that 1v1 ability. If Yikes give them too many opportunities, then they will score on them. On the point, we're going to get into the second game here, live at the SAE studio. And
we had a bit of a delay, as you can see up in the chat there. Baza Rothy was letting us know that Smiths was ordering Uber. So it was a little bit of a delay for the players to jump in. But Smiths, you know what? He's hungry. He's got to get his food.
You know what's funny? I was having Nando's last night and I saw like 10 Uber drivers waiting at the pass. Wrong time to go off a tangent. Smith's getting a goal. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at this.
Cheeky there. Looked like to sweep right to come into, to cut it towards the left post, but the last second swept back underneath the ball, got kind of like a slow flick, and then just bumped the goalie out of the way. Brutal. Oh no, Fluke!
Oh, you kidding?
I have to sit down, Bizer.
I'm just shocked. I don't want to say anything right now. That is number 1 rule: how not to play Rocket League. Okay?
Look.
Oh wow.
Let not, he says. He's so upset at himself he can't even speak straight, Bizer.
What do they say? They want a rematch? They want a restart? Is it possible? No, we don't have a rule with that, so they're going to have to take it. A bit of confidence downing for Fluke, but no, they'll get it back together. I was going to break Smith's point down, where you get that control of the flick, but okay, right, you've got someone in the goals. It's going to be very hard to get around them, so why not go front of the ball and take the player out? Because the ball's going in from that direction. Just hit the player.
Patient save there we just saw from Smiths. Pinch from Rothy. This will go out to Outlast. Smiths. Although, Outlast gave him all the time in the world. He just sat in net, so that could have been dangerous, but Smiths didn't take dribble control there. could have been a dangerous moment there. So I just feel bad for Fluke. He's been demoed as well. Smith's got a great first goal for this game, and then Fluke. It's, yeah, hopefully that's not a game-defining moment. Outlast, though, with the flick over the top. Smiths just seemed to be covering that top post if it was necessary, but Outlast chasing him down. Doesn't end up getting the demo, but it's left an open net for Rothy to whiff again.
See, that's clever by Outlast, because he chased Smiths, got him out of the position of defending, and Rothy had an open goal, but he sent a wide, hit the backboard. Again, both teams have to convert.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it that Rothy was saying last week? He's not a twos player.
Yeah.
He said.
Hates playing twos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of twos myself, but I do play it every now and then. But Rothy is definitely a much better player than me, so I'm not going to say anything.
Well, twos is the highest played format in casual Rocket
Smiths.
League and competitive. Smiths, in the meantime, another tangent we go on, but Smiths just likes to impress.
Yeah. Good secondary touch there.
Oh, look at that. He hit the goalie again.
Yep. It's almost exactly the same way
Yep.
as the first goal he picked up.
You know they should rename Yikes Justice Esports? Should rename it. Fluke's a Justice Esports streamer. Smiths is a player for Justice Esports.
Yep.
Just basic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, well, I don't know, is Fluke really a streamer for Justice Esports? Because I could
He
have
is.
I
He is.
could have sworn, sorry, that I think he tweeted out or something being called a Justice Esports streamer with kind of like the equivalent of like Dan's Game. I don't remember exactly what he did. But
What?
I don't know. There's something there.
Maybe a bit of a troll there, mate.
Could be. Although one positive to say about this game for Smiths and Fluke that we have to keep in mind is technically,
nice shot.
It's a nice third goal here from Fluke. But technically, Terraria Gamers haven't scored a goal yet because their only goal on the board was the own goal from Fluke.
Yikes.
I think that's why they're being, they've been calling themselves Yikes.
Yeah, so interesting the way these two are working right now. Rothy getting a kick-off going forward in the second touch as well. This allows Outlast. We potentially could have made a play against the clearing ball, but stay defensive right now and get a strategy going forward.
Last off the sidewall, picked up by Fluke, who grabbed the mid boost on his way through as well. Interesting play there from Fluke. It's given possession of Rothy. Smith's over the top, but this will be the clear downfield now from Outlast. Fluke. The backboard now, Rothy. Good touch with the challenge, but hasn't got it to pop out like he wanted to. And Smiths, that demo from Fluke on Outlast. Fluke will give the touch to the backboard, and Smiths for the final touch, just finding it past that left post buzzer.
Yeah, tight angles, but the 1-2 practically work with a demolition from Fluke. That flick is probably one of the best you can get. That's
Nice.
a tight angle as well.
Very
to
tight,
pick that
yeah.
up right before it hits the backboard. Generally, a lot of people wouldn't convert that.
Yep, and somehow keep it from scraping that left post there and popping back out. Smiths might find another one. No, Outlast is in defense and jumps up. That clearance, Rothy now pinch across the opposite side of the field. Fluke out of the corner. Smiths are double committed, and now it's an open net. Rothy will give the pass to Outlast, who redirects it, just avoiding the left post. Bit of a theme there, but we do see Terraria Gamers pick up the first goal that they have scored. Second goal on the board for them.
Yeah, this is the play I'm expecting from them throughout the series.
122 kilometres per hour.
It was a boomer.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
it
the
was a
record for
boomer.
this tournament for streamed games.
Well, we'll say it. And we can confirm it. 4-2 right now, a minute and 12. Outlast. I wasn't sure what the post was going to do with the ball, but in the end, he brings this one downfield. And that one's been missed by the defense, and they're right back in this.
And Fluke has left.
Really?
Well, I don't see him on the spectators list
Well,
there.
he's gone. No, he's in spec.
Okay, he went and changed team. He's just jumped in the spectator to witness perhaps what he did there. Now he's joined back onto his appropriate side. But I think even he wanted a second look at his mistake there. He's like, how have I managed that? Either way, just a lack of speed rotating back in time. Almost a nice little two-man play there, but it is going to result in another goal for Outlast. And just like that, with just 1 minute left, they have conceded two
Can you
goals
get a
back
Rothy's
to back.
perspective for a second? Just watch what he was doing. How you going? He's turtling all the way just to hope something... So he knows there's a goal. He knows it's going down.
Wow.
He's so confident in Outlast's ability to score.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, they brought the goals back in this game and made it competitive. Smiths and Fluke, they're going to get going
Yeah, well, they almost picked up, but almost is not good enough, and that's 2 or 3 times in a row where it's been an almost goal. And Rothy fakes out Smiths. I think it was Smiths. Fluke has left again and then joined back again.
Have a look at Fluke's perspective from this point.
Yeah, well, it's no good because he leaves, and we might even see it. There he goes, and then he comes back in. There he is. Okay,
I think he might be listening.
left.
he might be listening. Engaged. Fluke, you listening, mate? Don't leave.
39 seconds
bad.
left off the kickoff, and what looked like it was almost a for sure game win here. Oh, it still could be.
Yeah.
But Terraria Gamers, it was looking like they were going to have to take the L there. But I tell you what, yikes! They've almost thrown this completely with just under 30 seconds left. There's still potential. We could be going to an overtime. It could be another open net from Yikes, and
A fake
And
off.
that
And a
kick
fake
off.
off strategy. All right. I love it.
Smiths, you would think, has the disadvantage up against Outlast in the 1v1, but Rothy's beamed it to the top left. Smiths, Rothy's turtling again, and he's actually won the challenge. Off the backboard, gets it to go out to Outlast. Oh, I wish Outlast had scored that, because that would have been a hell of a highlight.
Outlast!
Oh, Smiths on the line gets the save. Just seconds left in this game. It is looking like we'll be going to an overtime.
Please, just
Off the
go
ceiling.
OT.
Outlast has kept it up. Smiths won't be there in time.
Well, game 1 was a potential for overtime, but then there was a goal scored on the 0 second. They don't get it in game number 2, but Smiths and Fluke, they're playing with fire.
Absolutely. Rothy off the backboard. Can get that one cleared out. Just taking a look at the pings. Everyone seems to be on your standard WA ping, anywhere between 60 to 70.
The way you said that, the standard
Yeah.
60 70 ping. I love it.
Yeah, well, see, because there's just not enough players to warrant Sonics adding a Perth server, as is the case with most games. Most of the time it's always Sydney Smiths with a nice little flick over the top there, but saved out by Outlast. And Rothy, I was hoping that he'd be doing the same for his sake, obviously doing the same as he did in the last game in that 1v1 scenario.
What is going on with Fluke? He's missed the ball a couple of times in this match. I suggest, mate, you turn the sound off. Stop listening.
He might be tilted. Is he like Husey, where he just listens to every game that he's being streamed?
Can I get Fluke to do a wave dash for us if he's listening? I want to know.
No,
Rothy, here he is.
Okay, good touch from Fluke. But yeah, Fluke does that. He might throw the game. He needs to focus. Because I think that's been the key thing letting him down there. Smiths, that's a dangerous clear off the backboard. Outlast, just sitting still. Like a boost, he's picking up the pleb pads, as I like to call them. Fluke into the corner. Oh, that's a harsh bounce. Goes straight to Outlast, up off the backboard. Still a lack of boost for Outlast, it would seem. I'll take a look. No, he's at 100. What is he doing? Outlast, maybe just BM. Not taking the game seriously, I don't know.
Well, Fluke went forward and did something we didn't get to see on camera, and leaving Smiths solo against the 2v1, and this is where it goes all pear-shaped.
Does it? It's Rothy in a 1v1. You've got to expect that to somehow go wrong for him, Blizer.
I don't want to know.
Rothy off the tyres. Smiths. Okay, this is like... We should have seen the game end in Terraria Gamers' favour perhaps a minute ago.
Yeah, this overtime has
Yeah,
been
this
nothing
is
but a laugh, to be honest.
a meme where the game Fluke couldn't find that one with the last touch. Just didn't have time for the flip, it would seem. Smiths backs off. Does come through, but Outlast.
All right, I think they're taking it seriously now.
Yeah, it would appear so. Rothy, chip up and follow. Off the ceiling, gets a good shot on. Smiths does get the save. For some reason, not given the credit. Hashtag just Rocket League things. Haven't said that one in a while, Blizer.
No, you haven't.
And it does go back down the other end. Fluke now.
Well, half-time in overtime, if you will. Outlast looking for that drop down. He's a little too high with the speed of the ball. Rothy's going to send it for backboard. Smiths and Fluke, they're leaving us open. What a shot, though, coming from Rothy to end this game.
Yeah, look, I don't think neither Smiths or Fluke expected Rothy to be going for that shot. Smiths perhaps a little bit caught up on that left post, so it only just turned around, and Fluke was going for far post to cover it, perhaps thinking that if there was being a shot played, that Smiths would have had the save. Not the case. Rothy finds a great top left. Definitely could have been defended up against, but hey, it's gone in, and that's all that matters there for Rothy. Very nice goal to end it. Much like the first game, it wasn't overtime in the first game. It was just on the 0 second mark, but it's still that one goal difference.
They're going down to the wire and they're keeping it competitive between each other. They're testing each other's defenses out. I'm seeing mistakes more on the Yikes side from probably more Fluke.
Yep.
Out of the point where he reacted to us. So I reckon he's listening. Game Fluke, turn your game off. Turn your game off, mate. Don't be listening to us.
He might be.
Not the game. Turn the stream off. Turn the game off. 11 to 1v2.
Poor old Smiths.
Yeah, look, they have what it takes to get these wins, but
No,
they're not getting it
absolutely.
over the line. That overtime period, I felt like a minute and a half of that was just a meme between both of the teams.
Yeah.
But maybe they're trying some plays where they send the ball downfield and they're relying on one-end defense. So it's a completely different game style.
Absolutely. Yeah, as for Terraria gamers, I would say that Rothy is definitely the one that he's Terraria gamers Fluke. Let's call him that. Well, you know, they're both kind of in that position where, you know, Rothy had several whiffs. Let's say maybe a lot of whiffs, but the important difference.
I got everyone losing it right now. Everyone in the studio is losing it.
Hang on, let me
let's
get
get to
this
the
out.
game.
Let me get this because the kickoff's getting underway. The important
That's going to be
difference.
clipped and used forever. Oh, no.
Let me get it out. The important difference between Rothy and Yikes
Yep.
is that Rothy has been the one scoring where it counts. Don't get me wrong, you know, Fluke has had goals, but Rothy seems to be scoring them where they count.
Yep.
And
All right.
I can't get over that.
We've got to have our moments, right? It's like you parted the curtains the other last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this. We're already 35 seconds down, and Fluke and Smith's trying to race back. And guess what? We're starting the fashion of the last round, where Fluke scores an own goal.
Look at them tripping over each other, though. I think they might. Yeah, Smith. If anything, Smith helped Fluke out. He almost had the angle to find either inside or outside edge of left post, but away from the goal. He didn't quite end up getting it. It's unfortunate stuff there for Fluke. The key difference there is in game one, he owned goal after they had scored the first goal. And it's certainly not a good start as Rothy with the 1v1. The bump from Outlast onto Fluke. Rothy is struggling in front of net, but he does find it in the end. It took him a little bit of time here, Buzz. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, well, you should see who's mucking around the other side. G'day, Fluke. I don't think I can analyse this anymore. It's I'm seeing turtles everywhere.
Yeah.
The speed of the game is not as quick as I think it should be. We do have Profi taking it on by himself and Outlast going to do demo, which is a legitimate 2v2 strategy. But the countering is where we're all being thrown.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it does appear to be a bit of a meme series here, Bizer. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully the players are taking it seriously.
Yep.
Smiths. Good dribble here. Goes for the demo. Outlast. Did recover and avoid the demo for a save, but Fluke comes through and picks it up on the left half of the goal.
I think Fluke coming through here. That's a tongue twister for you.
Yep.
Was a good strategy to have an aggressive going forward, because a lot of the time we're seeing a player drop back and not be in that position in case it gets saved or countered. So really good work. This one's on target. It's posty again, isn't it?
Yeah, but did Fluke just try to own goal?
I hope not.
He cut it very close there.
Well, we can't get a replay, so unlucky.
Yeah. Well, it did come off the post, luckily for him. So there we go. Fluke out of the play. Rothy with the chip over. Outlast went for the bump / demo. Rothy has sent it high. Moving on. Not too much else to say about that buzzer. Fluke and Smith. Fluke going for the bump this time on Outlast, but he wasn't quite fast enough to get there. Smith, good challenge, but Rothy's right behind him. Outlast will go for the bump. But Fluke successfully evades, recovers, and gets up in time for the clear downfield. A lot of midfield congestion.
Yeah, I guess you could just.
I don't even think that's a word, but I hear people use it a lot.
I guess you could just commentate my disgust at some of the shots going on right now.
Yeah.
The flicks should be goals. They're
Yeah.
going high.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were
is
in
a
my
yikes
position,
moment.
standing right next to Bizer here, and something happens, you just look over at him and just the the face palm that he's making Oh, well.
A foulfish,
Yeah.
if you're a Twitch fanatic.
Foulfish.
Outlast trying to bait Smiths out, and that went across. I was thinking that he might have got that.
Had he have scored off of that, I might have just took the headset off and gone and had a breather in the break room, Baza.
Yep, no, that's fair. That's fair. We would have let two of the sound crew come do some commentary for you guys.
Oh, well, Smith's now out of the corner. Grabs the boost. Notices Outlast isn't exactly going for the dribble. Goes for the challenge, but got faked a little bit. Luke. Boost and ball. Across the face of his goal. Smith's had respawned over there. Grabs the boost and will continue the play. Picked up by Outlast and carried downfield. And Rothy defense on the backboard now. Just over a minute 30 remaining. On
good win.
2-1. Rothy, has he got it? No.
I think Outlast might have ruined his chance of the score there, but we'll never know because there was a defender in the way of that. Outlast, meantime, to get this downfield rifle, he's going to find an extreme angle here and come down. And should allow Smiths. It's funny that Smiths go, all right, I'm going to leave the ball for a second. I'm going to go check out my player that's just dropped down to the right of me and make sure he doesn't get any sort of play.
Luke. Oh, he's taken the pace off of it, but not done enough to stop it from going in. And that'll be credited to Rothy. Feels bad, man, for Rothy. If you want to score, you got to have Fluke do it for you.
This is when we actually need the camera to come on me, where I just like, okay, fair point. Well, we're back into this with a minute remaining, and
it's 2 or 3 times Fluke's own goal now, and I'm finding it difficult to keep track.
I'm not counting. He can count himself. I'm not going to give him a stat in the 2v2 game. Outlast, look at him for the 360 flick, but Fluke was right onto it. Roffy. This one's sent across field. And Smiths, well, Smiths is playing goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he went to go for a bump and there was no one there, so perhaps he was just getting in position for a little doink over the top maybe. But didn't eventuate. Rothy off the sidewall. Doesn't connect. Outlast does, but sends it through to the opposite corner. Rothy now, that's on net. Bounces and Fluke. I believe it was Fluke. Could have been Smiths. The blur through the middle of the explosion from the goal, I could not see. I'm pretty sure it was Smiths on the backboard here. Yeah, it was. He was never going to be able to reach that one.
That's a nice shot.
And only 22 seconds remaining, Baza. 3-goal deficit for Fluke and Smiths here. Team Yikes. And it definitely is a position where you never mind. Yikes.
You've been called out in the past before for calling games too early, Rankies.
Yeah.
And at this point, anything could happen in Rocket League, especially your 2v2. Second goal is scored.
20 seconds.
For the guys of Yikes, and they got 20 seconds. Maybe we will see some kickoff goals again.
We'll see. Doesn't look like we're going to see one here. Terraria Gamers, if they just play the possession game, which they haven't. Although Fluke's touch has gone to Smiths, would have been nice to see.
We've had it all.
Well,
and if we get a draw, I really want the sound guy to come and commentate.
Rothy is
I'm not going to lie.
Rothy is saying ban. That looked extremely intentional to me from Outlast. So perhaps he's trying to throw, or he's just really confident that Yikes won't be able to get a second goal. And perhaps he's right. Smith does get the save. He does recover in time to keep
Smiths.
it up. He gets the boost. He's relying on Fluke here. It's going to happen. Fluke. Okay. I think what happened there, Baza, as we come back on camera here, I think what happened, I could be wrong. I think what happened there is Fluke flipped too early. Had he have just kept on boosting, had he have had boost left, I'm assuming he did, had he have just kept on boosting and driving as fast as he could at the ball and flip at the last second, maybe. But
I'm just angry. I'm just angry at everything.
I'm more disappointed.
I don't know how this is angry when I'm smiling. Confusion and emotions right now.
This is just thrown me so hard.
Yeah,
I can't remember if this was game 2 or 3.
It's game 3. It's done. It's done. Yikes are gone.
So
for the first
every
one.
single game
You can't
It was
read
just
into this.
A one-goal difference.
Yeah, you can't read into this game because
Although this
they were
game
not
should
serious.
not. This game should not have been a one-goal difference. This should have been perhaps. I don't know what this should have been, but
Well, to be honest, like I think if these two played seriously, it could have gone the other way. But
so hang on, let me.
I couldn't tell from the start because it seems like it seemed like Fluke was. You know, he started with those own goals. I'm like, okay, one own goal is something that's acceptable in a team, but then we saw multiple coming from them.
Yeah.
And then we saw turtles from the other opposition team, and then they're doing all sorts of weird, wacky stuff throughout the series. And I'm like, okay, I hope this doesn't come finals time. I think they're having some fun, but yeah, it's certainly thrown us.
I've just pulled up the standings from last season.
Yep.
Because obviously it would have been preferable for Yikes to win both of their games
Yes.
today. I believe they're only playing 2 series, or are they playing 3?
3 series today.
Okay, no, they are playing 3.
3 series.
Well, are they in a position now? Because I mean, it's very close between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Are they now in a position where they absolutely have to win the next 2 series?
Well, there's only one left. For them.
Oh, correct. Yes. Yes.
They already played the first one, which we already won.
We didn't see it.
And
but,
the last game is against Climbing Mount Cronovia, and they had that 6-0, 6-2, 4-3 results over the rejects. So, you know, they can't afford to play that type of game style we just saw then in the last game. So they're going to have to be serious about that, and they might give the potential card for someone else to come and take their spot, or there might be a 4th seed where they're going to have to go play first in the finals. So.
Yeah.
If you like, to anyone out there that plays in a competition, you want to play your all and do your all. I just, you know, for us who are experienced commentators, we saw that, and yeah, it wasn't a game that we were impressed with. So
no, we didn't exactly see that. We didn't appear to see it because obviously maybe the players were just having a terrible series, but that last game, I can't get over how much of a throw it seemed to be. Given with what we've said there, Bizer, there's pretty much nothing else left. Yikes, obviously, they would love to win their last series of the day to give themselves the best opportunity. Moving forward, if they lose, then who knows, they might not even make it to top 4. But we'll wrap up. We'll
let you know the next series in chat, what's coming through. I'm not 100% sure as of yet. We'll take a break. We have one more game of Rocket League today. I'm Bizer, that's Rankus. I'll see you after this.
Wishing that you never called me late at night and told me what you know would help me though. Helped me understand you better, get me even closer while wanting to be with you.
Welcome back to the 2v2 Create Era Knockout Tournament live from the SAE studios. I'm Bizer, that is Rankies, and we're getting into our last game of the day, last series of league play, and well, there's some bearing games through this round that are going to make up the top four, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, of course, the series coming up, excuse me, is Nordic Gaming versus No Balls. Of course, Nordic Gaming, if you watched last week, were known as Dunno Bud. In the interim period, they were picked up by Nordic Gaming. So that's nice for them.
Yep.
Cameron and CalStar. And we are jumping in right now to see them up against Master Jellybean and Trix. And, as you were saying about, this being the deciding games,
yes,
more being played off stream, because right now I believe Nordic Gaming are pretty much secured first place.
Yeah, 6 wins for them, and they're going to play another game off stream, I believe.
Terraria Gamers I think they are secured for second place.
Yep.
So right now we have 3 teams battling it out for
third and fourth.
Yep.
Yeah. I love how we did that in sync. It's fantastic. Well,
it reminds me of sub sound.
Yeah.
Go sub to Bizer, by the way, if you want to hear that. Shout out to you, Bizer.
Thanks, mate. 2shot.tv/Bizer. There you go. Yes, I got a plug.
Shameless self-plug.
It's so good.
That's the assist from me. Bit of a slow start, if I can speak English properly, to this game. Although this could be the runaway from Master Jellybean. In fact, it will. There we go. First goal, just outside the first minute.
Trix here needed to clear that. In fact, what am I saying? He clears that perfectly for his teammate.
Yep.
And that downfield. Look, we know Nordic Gaming are going to be aggressive when they go forward, and they're going to rely on some combinations. But they're going to pay a little bit of respect to these two, because they certainly can do some damage. In the meantime, CalStar, that is a boomer.
Okay, it's slower than I thought it was going to be. Still 105 kilometers per hour. But more importantly, the accuracy on that.
Yep.
Nice top right quarter.
You know what's funny? I do ask a few people what they think of CalStar, and it's not in the Perth scene. It's over east, and they actually don't rate CalStar much. But
really,
I honestly think you got to give him a little bit of credit here. He is a very strong player.
Absolutely. I like CalStar's play on the field as well. He's always been one of those players that I can't really think of many times where he's let me down in terms of like, I wish he could have done better there.
I call him a demo king.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
he's good at it. He's good at it. He knows how to demo.
I know that. No, that hasn't happened for quite some time, but there was an old demo king. Trix is going to pick up a goal there off the back of a...
courtesy of Cameron?
Yeah, bit of an own goal. So,
I think he was trying to get a flick here to get it to the backboard and out. Unfortunately, the follow-up flick where he turned was a nice redirect goal.
Yeah, it did not go. So I was a bit distracted by witnessing that happen. What I was going to say is I know that he hasn't been on top of the game, I guess you could say, in this regard some time, but Cyrix was known as the demo king of OCE. So I don't know if anyone can ever dethrone him based on just how much he used to do it in the past.
We will see. You know what's really funny about CalStar's name? It's CalStar the what?
Open to interpretation.
Yeah, so give us in chat. Let us know what CalStar the... Without being rude, let's get into this game. We've had enough banter as it is. Halfway down 2-1. And it's Master Jellybean and Trix that did have the lead for a moment, but it's completely gone.
CalStar the scored. Was it the has scored? I wasn't paying enough attention.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work.
It doesn't work.
Well, still a little over half the game remaining, boys. 2 minutes 35, and with that, with CalStar's goal there, we tied up at 2 apiece. I don't think we were expecting this to be an extremely close game, but game 1 is shaping up to be fairly close. Cameron and CalStar double committing there, but Cameron has hit it really high. I don't think it would have quite dropped down for goal, but excuse me, the advantage to hitting it high there. CalStar's almost found one in. Cameron should find it in. But the advantage from Cameron hitting it higher on it gave CalStar and Cameron enough time to still get sorted in offense and be able to wrap around like they've just done here to send it in the back of the net. And the defense from Jellybean and Trix just didn't really deal with it that well.
CalStar almost making a save as he dropped down as well. So
That would have been funny if we saw that. But they take the lead and
Oh.
control, and that's a kickoff goal.
No.
Okay.
That was a very interesting roll up the post there. It worked out very well for Jellybean. Off the ceiling. He still has his flip, although Calstar was there just in time. It's Calstar again in that that stupid car sound buzz.
Is it Calstar? Wasn't
I think
Calstar
it's-
last time?
I think it's Calstar.
No, it's Jellybean. Oh, is it? No, it's Calstar.
It's Calstar.
Okay.
That is
Well, we
going to
had
be
someone
the
last
worst.
week and it wasn't Calstar. So.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but that has got to be the worst engine sound in the game. Speaking of Calstar,
Actually,
Cameron, they
I
are
think
going
there's
to
two.
concede here.
I think there's two of them.
Two of what?
Yeah, two of the car sounds. I can hear two.
Okay. Well, meanwhile, Trix finds this one on the far post. Nicely played to him. He's got that tactical whiffer. I think that's the title that I'm carrying at the moment there, Barza. Tactical whiffer. Either
okay.
I can't remember. There's two that I switch between.
Okay. This one.
Yeah.
We'll figure out
So
who had what.
Barza was just trying to figure out who had the engine sounds, and I think it is just Calstar. That's a great pass from Calstar. Although Cameron didn't jump up in defense to challenge Jellybean. So he almost could have conceded. Oh, so close from Calstar. Jellybean is credited with the save there. Cameron out of the corner. Jellybean, good touch in defense. Now Trix downfield. Less than a minute. And just the 3-goal tie-up here, Barzo. Never mind. But how many times are... I think I'm in the lead at the moment, but how many times are we going to cast a curse today?
A few. A few in this game, I reckon.
That's a good
Calstar-
shot.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
I don't need to say anything, do I? You're literally thinking what I'm thinking. Jeez. Yeah, Calstar, like I said, really good at his angles, the way he works it, especially with the turn of the car. You know, he's a big threat that Master Jellybean and Trix need to counter early.
Yep. Boost deal from Calstar. Pops out for Cameron. Challenge up against Jellybean in the corner, but Jellybean comes out on top. Calstar now takes it onto his own backboard. Over the top, challenged by Jellybean, and that's going to work out nicely for Trix. Although I don't believe he got a touch, I still think this is a great play from Master Jellybean.
What's he done? He's made Calstar go off early
Yeah.
and not give him the ability
Yeah.
to get underneath the ball to clear long. And so Calstar had to go and try something, and he ends up flipping and leaving a ball just drop in front of his goal.
Yeah, so he didn't even end up touching Calstar, but Calstar, I would imagine, has, I think he has good game awareness. Definitely knew that Master Jellybean was there. At least you can hear him, so it's definitely thrown him off. Made things a little bit awkward. So, with I think it was less than 30 seconds left, Trix was able to put in the goal to tie things up.
Calstar going for a demo too.
Yeah, Master Jellybean, wise to his games. Cameron, this is yet again a great pass. Calstar, the shot would have been a little bit off. Regardless, Master Jellybean was the defender there to get the touch, and we go to overtime.
Just surprisingly, it's the third overtime for the day
Yeah.
in all the series we had. So maybe a trend, maybe the only overtime in the series.
Calstar, this is rolled up for Cameron. And off the backboard, didn't have too much success there. Calstar will be back in defense in time. Off the backboard this time, Master Jellybean not behind him. Out of the corner, lands. Does get a bit of a challenge up against Master Jellybean, but it's worked out well for him. Cameron over the top. Trix.
Oh.
Calstar almost gets prediction. Cameron, though, he'll follow it up, and I think this was just a bit lax on the defense here from
It's a
Jellybean
big
and Trix.
misread here. So Trix thinking, I need to make a play on that. And Master
And they
Jellybean,
both turned in.
Master Jellybean, I'm not sure he's tracking because he saw Trix and where he was going. He's thinking, right, I need to go make a pinch on the post. Master Jellybean probably should have been back on the other side of the post waiting for another player to come by instead of going right into the goals, and therefore you had two turning and out of position. Nordic Gaming taking advantage of it, and in the end, to me, they look the stronger team right now.
Yeah, so that last defensive error from Jellybean and Trix, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully they don't allow it to throw them off.
Yep.
And we've seen a little bit of Jellybean and Trix before last week, and judging from the play I saw from them, and we both know, I don't think either of us really know Trix, but we know Jellybean a little bit. I do believe that at least Jellybean and hopefully Trix are the kind of players that can put that kind of stuff behind them. It is only game one. It's a best of 5.
I think it's important that they take this series to Game 5 for the best chance at qualifying for the finals, because they're not guaranteed no balls. Nordic Gaming definitely.
Yep.
Then to go to Game 5. So the fact that they brought this and they tied it up 3-3, and then obviously losing the lead and then coming back and losing the lead in overtime there. If they can start strong in this series, catch CalStar and Camera off, and get themselves a couple of games. So if they take a win, then even better.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything for Nordic Gaming's cases. It guarantees no balls top 4. But they need to go to Game 5, otherwise they're really fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. So it does look like we're getting ready to jump into the kickoff. Still would not surprise me. I mean, the first game was pretty close, but it still wouldn't surprise me if we do see a 3-0 here. But anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Okay, all right.
I've been wrong many times in the past, Bizer.
You love to get proven wrong too, don't you?
I don't know if I love it. It doesn't exactly feel good, but it's just part of life, so you just got to get over it and get on with it, I guess.
Yep.
Cameron, good pinch off the backboard, but Trix able to get there in time in defense. Good touch from Cameron in defense as well. Jellybean was looking to get this one off the backboard, regardless he has. CalStar with that car sound. Could just leave this for Cameron. In fact, he has.
You got to use the line you just referenced.
What?
Learn to get over it. That car sound, you got to get over it, my friend.
I don't know if that's something I can get over. Is it? I think it's called the go-kart or something, right? It does not sound like...
I think it's a tune. Tune go-kart, something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like any car
very
I've ever
cartoony.
heard before.
CalStar is going to send this one downfield. A minute play. And, well, both teams challenge each other in the midfield, yet to be really tested on the defensive end.
Good demo from Cameron onto Master Jellybean. Leaving it for CalStar. The sidewall doesn't go to the ceiling. And he's just put himself out of position to get back in defense now. Cameron. Interesting stuff here from Jellybean. It's paid off. He went past. Cameron had possession of the ball and waited in the corner, and it actually worked out for him. CalStar now off the sidewall. Good. Oh, never mind. Hasn't quite worked out. I thought the wave dash was going to pay off.
Yeah, there was a position for Trix in that last play downfield for his team. They'll clear right now, Master Jellybean. But sometimes you have to let your teammate go for an attack and then play the counter role in this. And Trix wasn't doing that before. We'll see how the rest of this game plays out. But right now, tied game, and we get to see a score.
Jellybean, good position there in the corner, but comes up against both Cameron and CalStar. Now it's an open net. Cameron just needs a slow, not a fast pinch across the face of the net. And CalStar was definitely never going to be able to reach that one. Still 0 apiece. A little over half the game remaining. CalStar off the backboard. So these games have turned out to be much closer than I think both of us expected them to be, Bizer.
Yeah, they're both having opportunities to try and set the ball up for each other. So, if they don't make the strike, then it's an easy defensive clear. So a lot of it's been set up from the midfield.
Cameron out of the corner. CalStar is too slow to it. And now it's an open net, but Master Jellybean is not going to be there in time to cut it on the inside edge. Cameron, although his positioning was pretty bad,
oh, nice.
It ends up paying off as Trix come through, but I feel like Master Jellybean could have scored that goal earlier on. So there's definitely been a lot of missed opportunities for both teams as well, as you said.
Some good control from Master Jellybean, but left in a defensive sign. CalStar, a little touch over the top of Trix. Cameron, well, I think he was called out at the point, and a little bit of miscommunication gets them slightly out of play. CalStar, though, he sends it on goal and puts in the first.
Good play from CalStar. Gets the long shot. And he hasn't even let that touch the ground. He's caught it on the full volley and still managed to get in at 88 kilometres per hour after a bounce. That was definitely a powerful touch.
It was a trade back and forth between these two teams as well, having setups and shots on goal. And eventually it cracked for Master Jellybean and Trix for the rotation going back.
CalStar now, good chip up and follow. Gets the flip reset, sends it high into the top bar though. Yeah, he wanted to use that flip as soon as he could. Perhaps a little bit more patience would have paid off. Cameron now off the opposition backboard, just trying to get back in defense. Trix has taken the boost. Luckily, CalStar does rotate back defense in time. Gets a good catch on the ball out of the corner as well. Jellybean, forward. CalStar, backboard defense, not going too well. Jellybean will set up Trix nicely, and that'll be a little bit of a bounce into the left side of the goal. One apiece, only a minute 14 remaining, Bozza.
I think Cameron misread this. Well, at the end of the day, he couldn't really misread it. He's flying off the back of the goals, trying to make a save. He just flipped the wrong way. At that point, good conversion for Tricks, and it's what these guys need. Team no balls.
Oh, great bounce out of the curb, but Cameron was not ready for it. Jellybean does get a touch downfield. Calstar booms this one towards Cameron, who has almost read it off the backboard. He gets bumped by Tricks, and that might throw him off. In fact, it has. He's not able to get that shot low enough. He was too close to the ball when he jumped up. Jellybean doesn't find it past Calstar, although it's a heavy, fast pinch along the ground into the defensive corner. Calstar. Big demo on Tricks. I don't think Tricks liked that. But of course, it still leaves it at one apiece. Just about 30 seconds remaining. This game is coming down to the wire, Bozza.
Well, there's a chip in play here, but it's gone certainly high for Calstar. Requires Cameron to make a play. And it drops sideways. Tricks not on target with the shot, and just wide in the corner for Calstar. And he doesn't make a second effort at it. Tricks was coming at him. Now plays it off the side wall. Cameron certainly going to be called into play very soon. Jellybean cutting that one off. There's Cameron in the defense side and looks to go downfield. It's held. And overtime, I'm definitely seeing this.
Calstar has good dribble control. A jump with the fake, almost got it.
Had a wave dash at that.
And now Jellybean with the dribble, although over the top from Cameron, slams it down on the ground, so overtime it is.
Second of the series as well, Ranky. So close between these two teams. You can't really pick them apart. Tricks, well, he got played on that defensive shot, and Jellybean will make the save, and they'll just hold on for now.
Yeah, it was close there for Tricks, but luckily Master Jellybean had his back. Now Jellybean with the flick doesn't find it past Cameron, although Cameron couldn't pick up control there. He just gave it to Tricks. Calstar and Cameron back in defense. Calstar lands with the boost, keeps it away from Jellybean, but won't find an angle for a shot. He'll go up the sidewall now and look for a pass or a shot on. He's gone for the pass, but too close to Tricks, so Cameron just biding his time, comes through now. Off the backboard, reads it well, goes for left post, but shoots it really wide. I think he had plenty of time to be able to aim that a little bit better and get it past Jellybean as well. It could have been overtime ending goal, but we'll see it drag out for a bit longer here, Bozza.
Well, Tricks has grabbed 100, but he's gone defensive where he could have played this a lot sooner and given Calstar a chance to make
Good
a
recovery.
play. Well, he's left it really late, but sits over top of Jellybean and asks, can you make the save? Certainly can.
Cameron, you could see he really wanted to be able to get in there and score that one, but where Jellybean was floating behind the ball, Cameron just couldn't risk it to come through and try and pick up the shot. There were too many bodies in the way.
Oh, they're out of position.
Tricks, Calstar with the half foot though will get back in time. I got to say, Calstar's recoveries and just general mechanics on the ground have been really impressive in this overtime as well.
Yeah, and you have him in the ones game as well. He's actually does some pretty impressive moves. At this point, it's to and fro between both of these teams. Anyone could score. I do say if they give Calstar opportunity, he will punish. Oh, I'll take that back. It's Castor's curse once again, because it ain't Calstar, it's Cameron, his teammate, that puts in the winning goal.
Look at the little backflip there from Cameron. Floats it around, and then that touch to keep it away from the last defender to come through. That means the overtime does go to Nordic Gaming. Great start for them here in this so far, Bozza.
Well, it's only one more game win for them, and they will have the match and go 7-0 in league play. Pretty goddamn result. I shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain, but yeah, a pretty big league play.
Oh yeah, huge. No balls. If they want to pull out the upset, they need 3 back-to-back. I don't think it's going to happen.
We haven't seen it.
No, we haven't seen it. I think the biggest series we've seen, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 of the series last week, but we did see a 3-1. We're yet to see a game 5, as far as I'm aware.
There was a game 5 in the results we saw.
Okay.
But not on stream.
Yeah,
We've only seen 3-1. So.
Yeah, we haven't seen a game 5 on stream yet, but no balls. The best that they can hope for is obviously a win.
Yep.
But that's unlikely, as we've discussed. So if they could at least take it to game 5, even if they lose there, that's going to really set them up nicely to grab something like 4th.
I've got to say though, no balls keeping it up to Nordic Gaming throughout the series as well. It's just a lacking conviction on the set shots
There you go. There's a tongue twister for you.
Yeah.
And conversion ratios as well. So they just need to really start to make sure that the opportunities are there and they get them.
Absolutely, Bizer, as we jump into kickoff. It's a bit of a fake off there from Cameron. It goes straight to CalStar. He got the chip forward, and it's ended up with Cameron and CalStar now with early offensive pressure. Although Jellybean played that quite well, the recovery, how he got back in time. CalStar in the defensive corner. Cameron has demoed tricks as well, so temporary 2v1, although CalStar just biding his time. Chipped out now forward by Master Jellybean, and Cameron in the corner. Plays this nicely. 30 seconds in, much slower start to these games in this series as we've seen previously, Bizer, on the stream.
Yeah, sometimes you could do slower starts to the game and it'll be a little bit more methodical, thought out. So
yeah, they tend to be better overall games as well, in my experience.
It does speed up a little later when they start to get to the pressure of
the last
scoring.
2 minutes or so.
And the way these two teams have been playing, they have countered each other as well through the midfield. So I don't expect it to be quick plays at the start.
I agree with you there. CalStar will send this through to Cameron, and that'll be a nice pass play for the shot there. You know, very basic backboard one, but at the end of the day, if Jellybean and Tricks are out of position, well, you may as well.
Now, if you have a look at the early point of our camera view, we saw a double commit from Master Jellybean and Tricks, which put him out of position. The rotation to come back. Gave plenty of time for CalStar to wrap that around. And Cameron, well, you typically wouldn't see the aggression coming through too, because then they were out and that ball goes over the top. But they knew the players weren't going to counter it, so they committed.
Yeah, they absolutely knew they had plenty of time there. CalStar. Good dribble here. Oh, Jellybean, not sure what happened to him, but Tricks is in defense. CalStar takes it straight through. Cameron will cut it away from him, but CalStar receives as it bounces off the sidewall. Jellybean now grabs a boost steal, wraps around. Cameron, good pass to CalStar, tries to go back to Cameron, but it's too close to Tricks. Cameron almost bullying Tricks out of the way, gets the back pass out to CalStar, who is backing up, and Jellybean will go over the top, but can't quite find the angle for the shot. Cameron did have a pretty good position to be able to get the save there regardless, so close plays. And CalStar almost buries it top left, Bizer.
Yeah, and that was a flip reset shot straight out. He hit it with the underside of the car and didn't hesitate to use the shot. Again, maybe patience.
Yeah, that's twice he's used them really fast.
He's gone again.
Ooh.
Oh, the double, can't execute it. So a couple opportunities coming for Nordic Gaming. They do have a 1-goal lead, Renkies, but you know, it's not enough in this game, I think.
Actually, I realised it earlier on, but I haven't brought it up yet. Cameron and CalStar are being picked up by Nordic Gaming. CalStar still has the Jam. He's still a part of the Jam team.
I'd probably like to rename that.
Yeah, but might want to get that fixed up, CalStar.
Yikes.
Unless he's still in. He's still in Jam? I haven't seen Jam play in quite some time, so.
I don't know. We'll find out. But as of today, it's Nordic Gaming. Tricks will send us wide. CalStar, I was going to say great. Potentially.
Nord Jam. I can't think of anything else better than that. But yeah, maybe he'll tell us, as he has picked up a second goal with just 2 minutes left, and we do expect now for the pace of the game to pick up definitely from the side of Jellybean and Tricks.
I think the slower pace is favouring CalStar and Cameron as well.
Absolutely.
Master Jellybean and Tricks, a little bit more speed to put the pressure on Nordic Gaming. They can potentially get these goals back, but they're leaving it really late in this game.
CalStar, good 50 out, up in the air for Cameron. He'll wait for it to pretty much come all the way down off the ceiling now. CalStar goes for the flip reset. Third time is the charm, and he finds it not the cleanest, but it has gone in.
You can't give CalStar any room or time here. Master Jellybean is caught flat-footed.
Yeah.
You could say fat-footed as well. Just sitting on the line and not doing anything countering CalStar in the air. Yep. He waited for a play to happen, and by the time CalStar's done with the ball, it's too late.
Cameron off the backboard. Tricks has not connected. CalStar takes that first touch, but gives enough time for Jellybean to get there, and it is an open net. Will he score? He sent it high off the backboard, and Tricks staying grounded for too long. Now it's an open net on the opposite end. Cameron pass up to CalStar. Will he scarab it? He'll save it, Bizer.
I was about to say, what do you mean by scarabit?
That's the steal.
Okay.
I think the first person I heard use that was early days of AGTV from Judge.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know where it came from. And
Calstar's own
Calstar,
goal. No.
Look,
Oh,
he's-
that's the calculated save. it ain't an own goal. Oh, my goodness.
he can save on the back end, and he can't own goal on his end. Is he doomed to just be not scoring any more goals the rest of the game?
Well, 45 seconds. I think they've got it sorted right now. Master Jellybean, though, got a good move here and puts in the first for the team. They have a chance.
40 seconds, 2 goals required, certainly in the realms of possibility, especially if they can keep this up. But Cameron and Calstar look like they've gotten a little bit comfortable with their lead. So, who knows? Hopefully they don't throw, Barza.
Well, kick-off goals are such a thing in twos, and you have to see a sort of strategy come out of Tricks and Master Jellybean, but now they're able to work this out. Defense and Tricks is forward and just guiding and making sure that goes in. And, well,
The Shepherd.
yeah, the good old Caster's curse this series has been a thing.
Yeah.
And then now it's coming back. Nordic Gaming, they got to tighten up.
So it was 40 seconds left, and they needed 2. So averaging a goal every 20 seconds. They've left themselves 28. And it's the fake-off has
There's the
worked
strategy.
out.
Cameron doesn't play it, though.
No. It's over the top of Jellybean, though. Calstar does come through for the challenge. Tricks won't be able to find himself there. Jellybean will wrap around and get the shot. Cameron has missed the save. Calstar has made it, but it's an open net. And with 13 seconds left, Jellybean has found it in the back of the net. It's
Calstar's probably livid with that defensive move.
Yeah.
He wanted to try and move it right
Send
to
it
the
to the
edge,
corner.
send it to the corner,
Yeah.
and then sort of the little boost. It probably low on boost, who knows? But the boost really put him out of that place. Now they're tied up.
off the backboard.
Cameron looking trying to bring that one down. He won't. And it's Master Jellybean sending it out.
We could be going to overtime. It is kept up. Calstar doesn't have much boost.
Oh,
He's
don't-
got little boop. Cameron in the air. Looking for the secondary touch. It goes low. Calstar's kept it up, though. And Tricks, he hasn't found the ground. It's on the curb. They could go the other way. No one has any boost. If they did, at least they weren't wanting to keep it up. Overtime it is. Tricks off the sidewall. This will be too close to Calstar for Jellybean to challenge, so he backs up in defense and picks it up in the corner. Good challenge from Cameron. Sends it across field as it rolls up the wall. Cameron, good read. Backboard, maybe double. No, it does touch the ground. He went for the goop, but didn't quite work out for him. Master Jellybean,
Oh, the
flick.
flick.
Calstar with the save into the corner. That's what he was wanting earlier on. He has got it now. Overtime. This is where everything counts for all the beans.
Yeah, we had Nordic Gaming double commit that corner, but they somehow come away with the ball. And Cameron, well,
Bold move.
he left it alone to try and get a demo. Council goes, I'll show you how it's done, and gets it. Now he recollects this ball midway, asks his Tricks to come and play the 50-50 game. Cameron sneaking up, looking for the second touch. They send it wide. Big players required right now, Rankies.
Yeah. Calstar to keep it moving forward. Tricks, good challenge. Now, it's up to Tricks and Master Jellybean to pick up a goal to keep themselves alive in the series. If we see Nordic Gaming score here, then it is the end of the series. And this is, of course, our last series of the day, Barza. So a 3-0 would be absolutely fantastic right now for Nordic Gaming. It would give themselves the strongest finish that they could possibly have from here for the league play. And Calstar just seems to be wanting to play 50s, but it hasn't paid off up against Master Jellybean, although look at how out of position.
Calstar was expecting Master Jellybean to play the ball, but then he went back defensive.
Yeah.
And Calstar was like, I'm not in a position to take this. So he played the 50-50. That's
Yeah.
why you saw that move. Master Jellybean off the ceiling. Cameron will cut it off. And the rotations are really risky for both of these teams. This go either way. Depends what defense is put out of place. Master Jellybean with an
done it.
absolute cracker of a shot.
Well, no balls earlier on. They were completely out of position in defense, but Nordic Gaming just could not pick up the pace and get to the ball in time to be able to find a goal to end the series. And in fact, it does go the other way. Master Jellybean, he keeps no balls. Himself and Tricks, of course, alive in the series. Very close game 3. Yeah, it's
All the games have been close. We've had
yeah.
we had 3 overtimes as well. So really interesting to see how it got brought back and a clutch overtime by Master Jellybean right at the end there. Big play.
Absolutely. No balls. They need the next 2 games back-to-back to take out the series. Nordic Gaming still on series point. 1 more is required from them to be able to pick up the series.
Reverse sweep, hey? We were talking about it earlier and we're like, no, we don't see it happening. But hey, they surprised.
It's possible.
Surprised.
It's possible, but on paper, this probably should have been a 3-0.
Yep.
Not to discredit Master Jellybean and Trix, but of course we are talking about Cameron. We don't know too much about. We know a little bit, but CalStar we know, and we both, we rate him fairly well.
11 shots to 10, 8 to Master Jellybean with 4. That's 50% scoring ratio.
Yeah.
And CalStar having 2, Cameron having 1, sharing it between those 2. Where do we see Trix coming into the play of this? He's got to really step up as well to help Master Jellybean going forward.
Yeah, he seemed to be sitting back in defense a little bit more than Jellybean in that game that we just witnessed.
Yep.
He did have 3 shots himself, but wasn't able to turn any of them into the goals. But they've still won, and there we go. Jellybean is saying in chat, Motormouth best engine. So perhaps. I believe he was in chat earlier on. Perhaps he's still in chat listening along to the stream. Everyone's using now, Bizer.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, just probably enjoying a bit of a commentary from you and I. Well, this potentially could be the last game, or we go to a game 5 in the series. It all depends how Nobles work their offensive pressure. I almost lost my pen.
I saw that in the corner of my eye.
Yeah, a good catch too. All right, let's get into this.
Off the ceiling from CalStar. Jellybean does beat him to it. Cameron backing off in defense. CalStar doing the same. Cameron wraps around. Heavy pinch. This will go for backboard. CalStar looking to jump off the backboard. Hits it off the back of his car. Floats forward. Trix. Let's get a touch. CalStar perhaps should have left that for Cameron. Either way, it will go forward. And Cameron gets the demo on Jellybean as well. CalStar, will he reach it for the shot? No. Turned out he was miles away practically, Bizer.
I like his second effort though. Like he's not in a position to make another play, but he could put his opposition off by doing the half flip back on the ball, and they're like, oh, didn't expect that. They have to readjust. So it's just not allowing time for the rotation to get back.
Trix, big demo on CalStar. Cameron bumped by Trix as well. There we go. Cameron had to do something there. He's kept it from pinching towards goal. CalStar is giving it right back to Jellybean, although Jellybean says, nope, you have it. And CalStar will clear into the midfield. Cameron, loose ball. Jellybean does challenge. Cameron gets the 50-50 to play in his favour. But Trix once again has rotated back in time. So good defensive rotations as well. Not the fastest we've seen, but still good efforts from No Balls in defence.
A real chance here for Nobles to have a shot at a goal. In fact, Cameron's caught out in defence. Trix just gets by. Very lucky in the end to capture that the turnover.
Yeah, he stayed back far enough to be able to reach that one in defence. I would like to imagine he knew how far he could creep forward. But at the end of the day, it is all down to judging how fast that shot is going to come in. CalStar, back pass to Cameron. Cameron with the chip up off the sidewall will collect it as it lands on the ground, gets the 50 to work out between himself and Trix, but CalStar won't challenge Jellybean. He needs to be in defence. Gets this one saved out, grabs the corner boost. Short pass forward for Cameron. Long pass downfield for CalStar to get off the backboard once again. Jellybean has whiffed, and CalStar will capitalise. First goal with 2 minutes 35 remaining.
I was going to say, Cameron and CalStar played down here. The 1-2 manoeuvre was working really well, and then Cameron didn't follow up. What let the No Balls team down was defence.
Yeah.
It seems to be the trend throughout all the games where they've been scored on, the defence has let them down. So in the most important one of them all, they can't let that go. They have to clear.
Close one for the kickoff from Trix. CalStar seeming to know that it was definitely off target. Cameron with that first save.
Nice.
And didn't recover very well. Jellybean will go over the top of him. Hard to see what else Cameron could have done here. Perhaps just a faster recovery. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more you could ask from him.
I don't think you can call for a faster recovery.
There wasn't much time.
He was up as quickly as possible.
On and after he landed.
The challenge from Trix was what put him off initially, to make it, and he just had to do his best to save it. So Master Jellybean, on the other note, turning in the air and getting the score on. He's done that a couple of times throughout the series, so definitely proving a pivotal player going forward.
Speaking of Jellybean, he does go over the top of Cameron. Cameron not exactly out of position, though. Will get the touch into the corner. Calstar and him trying to set up a pass play here. Tricks. Oh, Cameron just goes straight past him. Off the backboard. Calstar, will he wrap around in time? Yes, he will. Tricks was not fast enough to get the cover for the save. And it is 2-1 now in Nordic Gaming's favour. A minute 47 remaining.
The speed starting to favour Nordic Gaming going forward. And it's interesting because Nobles were like, well, we don't really want to set the tone for the speed of the game. You can. But then once it starts to quicken up, they don't really counter that quickly, do they?
No. It's definitely something they could work on. Calstar, I don't think he quite got the flip reset that time. But like it's what he was going for. Tricks, the short pass to Master Jellybean, and he has put it on target. This is a very good response. You know, pretty much the best response you could ask for from No Balls. It didn't take him too much time at all, if my maths is correct, 12 seconds to retaliate.
I'm not counting, but I'll take your word on it. Interesting strategy to see from Nordic Gaming as well, because Cameron's been playing back and letting Calstar go forward. That time, both of them were caught up in that forward 25 quarter, and it really disadvantaged them, allowing the opposition to get the counter back.
Missed opportunity there from Cameron. Up a little bit. He went too far past the ball, and he has own goals now. Calstar calling out, what a save. Tricks will be very happy with this. Not too much else to say about that one.
It's a hard read, and they always say with the ball, face the direction it's coming from. Don't be 90 degrees to it, because you can cause things like that.
Absolutely. Jellybean off the backboard does flip towards it on the ground. Almost gets it cleared out past Calstar. Calstar will rob the boost. Cameron will try and get a pass to him, but doesn't quite catch it on top of the car nicely. Calstar just into his own corner, grabs a defensive boost. Should beat Jellybean to this, although Jellybean does have time to make at least a 50 happen. Cameron, if he can get a nice angled shot here, he should be able to capitalise. He goes for the backboard. Calstar, perhaps expecting Cameron to just take the shot, was already flying through, out of position. And that could pay off. Perhaps Jellybean and Tricks have done enough with just this 1-goal lead to be able to, send it to another game.
Oh, Cameron with an opportunity. That ball was straight at him, and he sent it high. So last 30. Jellybean with a flick over the top. He's played a really good 2 games in this series so far. And, well, like you said, the potentially we're going to game 5.
We'll see how the last 10 seconds develop. Calstar with a banger downfield off the backboard. He's read it well. Tricks copped a little bit of a bump, I think, from Cameron. And if Calstar had the shot on target, that might have been enough. But we could even see a 0-second goal for Tricks. No, never mind. Over the top from, I think it was actually Cameron. But
game 4 done. 3-2 result. Again, we have these. Well, it's not an overtime, so we're great on that. But 1-goal difference going throughout the whole lot, and it's always been tight. Plays being made by Master Jellybean, but Tricks stepping up in this one.
Absolutely. 2 shots from him, one of them being a goal. He did pick up an assist as well on one of the 2 goals scored by Master Jellybean. Shots basically the same, 3 for Jellybean, 2 for Tricks, 3 for Calstar, 2 for Cameron. Still, a very close game, but we do go to that game 5, which is great for No Balls. They've put themselves in a really good position to at least take out 4th.
Yeah, 4th position, such a crucial thing playing in finals next week, so we may see them. It's all pending on results, which we have to check out after this game and see what's what, because we do have one offline after as well, so we don't know as of yet, but if they get the win, definitely lock in 4th position. And they've got a good potential now. We're going to game 5. So
we had a look earlier on. Even if Nordic Gaming lose this, they still are guaranteed first seed, correct?
They're 6-0, man.
Yep.
They've got the first seed locked in. No one can knock them off the perch. So
they would love a 7-0. That'd be nice for them.
It's like a record when the RLCS. So was it NRG or Cloud9? They go in 7-0. Dignitas went in 7-0. So we need someone to go in 7-0 for us.
Jellybean, early possession here. Tries to take a shot through, but Kalstar with a block. For Cameron and Kalstar's sake, to pick up 7-0, they really need a great start to this game. It's looking very early aggression for the side of no balls. Jellybean backing up, though. This could be the mistake. Trix does come through and challenge, and Kalstar does not win the 50, although Cameron over the top now, forcing a backboard clearance from Jellybean. This one popped high by Trix. This is dangerous. Kalstar's there. He can pick up the goal, and he will pick up the goal. Well, Blaza, 35 seconds is all it's taken.
It's funny you said the mistake could be Master Jellybean backing up. And how we decipher that is there was no 50-50 played. Kalstar was able to take that ball further up the field and then start to put pressure on the defence. Then it snowballed from there. They just got out of rotation, and then the mistaken defence not being able to get up in time.
Yeah. Cameron, he was trying to get up and over that ball. He's gone out, nice shot, perhaps thinking that he should not have missed that. You can see at least what he was trying to do, get up and over the ball as it arced up. Good save there from Kalstar, just back in time. And then as the ball started to come down, Cameron could have just dumped it down in for the dunk. Not the case, although Cameron already has put in a lot of work, as you said earlier on. That's the second good pass he's got. No longer inside the first minute, but roughly the first minute. Two great setups for Kalstar from Cameron.
Where were these plays in the last two games for Nordic Gaming? They weren't like this in the last two. It's very remnants of the first game with the passing play. So it's just about putting consistency together over the series.
Right, so perhaps they got a little bit comfortable, a little bit confident. Yeah, we don't really need to do too much here in Game 3. They've lost it. Game 4, okay, maybe it's a little bit concerning.
Let's pick it up.
Maybe we should get back in there. Fifth game, already 3 goals now. That's really put the crunch on. I'm like, okay, we need to win this. So let's do it. Let's put the work in.
Yep.
And first 2 goals, Cameron to Kalstar. This time Kalstar to Cameron. A very basic pass play, although 122 kilometres per hour. If I'm not mistaken, that doesn't break but matches our record for fastest goal today.
122, what we saw. So what was that last one?
Just then.
Yeah.
Also 122.
Okay, well,
so it's matched.
Yeah. Look, ultimately they want to put themselves in number 1 seed. And, well, do you know what? I don't blame Kalstar for doing that.
He tried.
It would have been one of the best saves in Rocket League history if he got that. Look at the angle he's trying to work here. And unfortunately, if he got behind it and used the upright.
Maybe if he sweeped
the
left.
crossbar. Yeah.
Maybe if he sweeped left a little bit more and then went for a pinch.
He's like, joke on you, Casters. I just think he did.
He could have. But it's very
Cameron.
Very awkward to save, and Cameron almost finding another snipe down into the bottom of the net. Maybe it's just not to be for Cameron today. He will find the ball over the top of Trix now. Jellybean will be there in time, and he doesn't whiff the save. Cameron, good pass down to Kalstar. Jellybean tries to 50, but Kalstar comes out over the top. We'll wrap around and grab that boost. Cameron now. Oh, Kalstar, I think was Jellybean's thanking him. I think Kalstar was trying to go for far post there. Didn't quite work out for him. Cameron off the sidewall, not be able to get a touch. Trix sends it towards the ceiling and then backboard. Kalstar now downfield. Just a little over half the game remaining and still a strong lead here for Nordic Gaming Plaza.
This one sent to the corner. Master Jellybean unable to get that second crucial touch that you need to clear. Now the pressure's put on and they've left a gap open here. The Kalstar putting it straight to Master Jellybean, and he's able to get this one past Cameron on the way out.
Master Jellybean, good 50 up against Kalstar on his rotation back, and he'll keep up the pressure in the corner, although he has managed to get there for the 50. I thought Kalstar was going to beat him to it. Cameron off the sidewall. Trix wraps around, tries to go underneath Cameron, but not working out for him. Cameron has given the loose ball away to Jellybean, and now the fake! The fake!
No!
Could you call that? Let's see how close he was to actually hitting this.
He's going to bump on his teammate on the way in, and then he fakes it. Kalstar's absolutely livid at it. He's like, what the heck has happened?
Yeah. It's, I don't know if that was definitely a fake. It looks to me like it was. And it was very well played because he stayed really close to the ball until the last second when he dodged away. So Kalstar
has he gone to counter dodge for a dunk?
Could have.
And thinking Kalstar would go right and to his left?
Kalstar just held his ground and it didn't pay off. Well, 3-2. Minute 40 remaining now. Has certainly made things close for Game 5. And as we said, this is just for Noble's sake. We're already going to see Nordic Gaming take out first seed no matter what.
Yep.
But Nobles, they would love this win here. That would definitely, surely it would secure them top 4.
Well, a minute and 20 for them to make it work. Master Jellybean sets up a really good play for Trix here. Cameron, well,
Good
he was driving back into his goal and he was able to save it with the rear end of his car. In the meantime, he gets a demo and he's got one more challenge to go. Really tough position on the back wall here. Kalstar's going to back away. Mind you, he might go at this. He's right back. He doesn't want to allow anything.
Yeah, we're down to that last minute now, so I think the call from Cameron and Kalstar to each other there might have been, just take this a little bit more defensively, don't risk anything. Make sure we always leave that one in defense, which is something we haven't been seeing too much in the past few games, actually, from Cameron and Kalstar on the side of Nordic Gaming, and perhaps that's why they've been conceding a little bit more. But it does look like, you can see Cameron's not coming past that halfway line. Kalstar doesn't fund the goal, but this is surely going to pay off for them. 30 seconds, they just have this 1 goal lead to try and hold. They might even pick up a 4th.
Trix needs to set Master Jellybean up for an attacking goal to take this to OT.
Some demos would be very useful for them right now as well. It's not going to happen. In fact, it's going to be Kalstar demoing Trix off the sidewall. Cameron will scoop underneath him. Kalstar just goes right back to defense.
There you go, here's the play.
Yeah, but see how he was like, no, I got to go back. I got to go back. He went, he saw the goal opportunity, but the last second he's back in defense. They know that they need to hold this 1 goal to secure the win, and it's what they have done. Look, Nobles, we did say that, besides winning, this is still the best position for them to be. It's not a win, but they are down in that bottom 4, and they've just picked up a Game 5. It's the first time we've seen a Game 5 on stream, and it just helps out with the game count for Nobles. To give themselves a better opportunity of clinching 4th, I believe.
Well, they're fighting with climbing
Mount Cronovi and Yikes.
And Yikes at the moment for 3rd and 4th. So there's a real possible chance with that Game 5 they've gone into. And challenging as well. It's only 1 goal differences for the entire series. So really competitive in the end from these guys.
Absolutely.
A real surprise too. Look, any one of the top 3 could probably beat each other on the day, taking it seriously. But for Nobles to go up against Nordic like that, contender.
Yep, I think this was the highlight series of the day. Baza,
you have an MVP for me?
Well, I think I'm going to go with Kalstar.
Okay.
I believe last week I went with Cameron over Kalstar. But this time, Cameron still performed well, but I think Kalstar just shone through a little bit more this week for them. Not to say that Cameron was bad. I still very much think that these 2 guys definitely have earned the 7-0 result for themselves in the week 2 of league play.
MVP for today's games throughout the whole series, we've obviously nominated. So we didn't nominate one last game. We don't want to. But Brute X Magics was the first game MVP. And Kalstar then. Which one are you going to go for the day?
Between them?
Yeah. It was more pivotal in the series. I'll realize
you know what? I actually think Brute X Magics.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, no discredit to Nobles, but this should have easily been, not easily, but it could have been a comfortable 3-0, sorry, for Nordic Gaming, and it wasn't. So I think Brute X Magic stands out on top of the pack there.
He had a really good day today, along with playing with Soldier Girls. So it'd be interesting to see if climbing Mount Cronovi make the top 4. We'll find out all the results in the next hour or so, and it'll be posted on the Perth Rocket League Discord. Pretty crazy day for series, but it gets serious next week because we have the guys in the studio.
The top 4 teams.
We have cameras on them, which you probably never experienced before, apart from Smiths. He's been at Gfinity. So it's really super exciting to see the guys here live in the studio.
Final shout-outs. I'm sure the admins can do this right now if they are paying attention. Guys, I think we're currently sitting at $220 last time we heard for the prize pool. If you would like to donate that, I believe it's a GoFundMe link,
It's a GoFundMe link. The admin will chuck it in the chat.
So guys, if you want to help out, donate to increase the prize pool for these players. It is going to be our LAN finals, as we've mentioned. Then you can do so. If you don't have any money but you just want to enjoy the games, then obviously tune in next week.
Well, that's it from us. Thank you for watching the 2v2 Create Era knockout tournament. It's finals weeks next week. We'll see you at the same time next week. We'll see you later.